Alright, so how's it going, everyone? Right now, today, I just learned how to use my gimbal, and this is the day before my shoot starts. And this is the gimbal that I'm using. This is the Zoom Smooth 4. And before I use this gimbal, if you're buying this gimbal, it's a great value for money. And if you're buying this gimbal, then let me just show you what are the box content. Alright, so I just thought to let you know that what do we get inside the box. Right here, this is the Zoom Smooth 4. We do get a primary cover, and this is the case of the cover. And inside the case, we do get a gimbal and the stand. Here we do also get a wire or a manual, because I've been using this gimbal for a month, and right now I just thought to show the box component before you buy. And let's go to the guide on how to use this gimbal. How to use the Zhiyun Smooth 4 Pro. Okay, not Pro, I think it's just Zhiyun Smooth 4. So the first basic thing is that you have to download an app known as ZY Play. That's free on Play Store, and if you go on the app, go on the Play Store, App Store or Play Store and download the ZY Play, you can then access your camera modes with this gimbal. So let's first quickly install that app, and then let me show you how to use that interface. Before you use the app, okay, as soon as you start your app, you see a lot of different options for the gimbal. I see a Crane 4, or I can see a Rider M, or I can see a Wi-Fi mount, and there are a lot of things. But here you have to go to the Smooth 4, like the one that you own, or any gimbal that you own, and then you just have to first turn on your gimbal. Like this is the power button, and you have to turn on the gimbal. After turning on the gimbal, you can see that the gimbal is off right now in this mode. But first, I suggest you to attach your phone at the gimbal. So you have to open up the head, right? And then you can shoot it in vertical or horizontal. If you want to shoot it in horizontal, you just have to keep it like this. But you can also shoot it in vertical, which horizontal, which I love. And we have to balance our phone. Okay, so if you don't know how to balance your phone, there is a knob right here that you can open, like turn on the right side, and then you can see some extra space coming out of your head, and that will help you to balance your mobile. You have to turn on your gimbal. Okay, it should be like this, like it should be perfectly balanced straight. So you have to turn on your gimbal. You have to wait, and then your mobile will be stabilized automatically. Before you download the app, there are a few things you have to know. These are some two important buttons that you have to keep in mind. Let's name it as button 1 and button 2, like the first one and the second one. If you press the first one, this is your action mode. So basically what happens is, when you turn your gimbal left or right, it's gonna take a delay of like maybe 2 seconds or so. So what you have to do, if you want to move fast, you have to press the first button of your gimbal, which is your action button, and then you can see that it's much quicker, like in this way. And then if you see, there are two buttons in the front above the power button, which is the PF and L. So PF is the button which follows your movements. So for example, if you move to the left, it follows left. If you move to the right, it will follow right. And then the L button, right? If you see the L button, this is the button that will lock your movement. So whatever I do, it's not gonna follow anything. And then if I press the PF again, it's gonna start follow my camera, like as you can see. And this is very helpful for many other things, like all the basic things, to be honest. And yes, now let's come to the second back button. Okay, so the first one was the action mode, right? And the second one is your button to tilt your camera up and down. So right, as you can see, now my camera is stabilized, so it's not going to go up or down, it's just gonna stay still. But if you want to turn your camera up, you have to press your second button, and then you have to tilt up, and as you can see, it's going up with me. And if I want to tilt down, it's gonna go down with me. Alright, and if you want to tilt up again, if you want to go back to normal, it goes normal with me. But what if let's just say that you want the camera to stay up, like it's staying on the straight eye level right now. What if you want the camera to stay up? What you have to do is you have to press the second button. You have to turn your camera to the area where you want the camera to stay, and then you have to leave the button, and then you can see that the camera is in upwards position right now. But if you want the camera to go back into the normal like how it was in the default settings, what you have to do is you have to press the second button twice, and that will make the camera to go in its original position. Let me show you an example. Like if you have, when you press the second button twice, like right now for me my camera is messed up, so if I press my second button twice, it's going to go on normal mode. And that was some button that you can use if you don't want to use the ZY Play app. These are some buttons, and other all are some focus buttons and every menu prompt that's gonna happen or toggle when you press those buttons. So let me show you all those as well. Right now, let me turn on my screen recorder. So as you can see, I'm with my Smooth 4. So I just have to connect now, and it will show you a device list. You have to connect your device, alright? And then it will just say you to go, enter now. As of right now, it's loading in my screen, and I'm in my camera. So you can see that this is you, that's me. So you can see things, alright? You can see your camera. But what now? What is this user interface, you may ask? So as you can see, the menu button, alright, the menu button of your gimbal will provide you to go in the menus, and the first one is the camera menu. This will help you to choose the profile of your camera, whether you want in a default settings, you want in a 180 pan mode, or 3:3 multiple exposure, long exposure, slow motion, or time lapse, and vertigo and all. Now if I choose let's just say I want a long exposure, so I can just choose a long exposure, and the camera will adjust it from the app, and the camera will be automatically set on the long exposure, and that will help me to take amazing long exposures, and it will just help me to click better pictures and videos. Now let's go on to default mode. Okay, now as you can see, this one, so this is your focus right now. If you move your ring, it's gonna adjust your focus. If you want an autofocus, you just have to tap your phone screen on wherever you want to focus, and that will automatically focus the thing. Alright, and now the next one is the flash one. It's basic timer, basic HDR. So if your phone can click HDR videos, then you may see this option, and you can set on or off. HDR is a really high definition range videos, and that's gonna take a lot of space, but if you want it, you can keep it on. And then this is for the white balance. So if you want it auto, I basically keep it auto, but if you want to adjust the white balance in specific mode, you can see those things as well. Now the next thing comes is the resolution. So basically it will be set on default 720 at 30 fps, which is a really low resolution for many of us. So right now I shoot every video at 4K 60, so I'm going to choose that resolution. And then this is for your manual mode, on or off. So whether you want to control your ISO, your aperture speed, and your exposure settings, you can choose the manual mode, but I turn it off as it's just a phone, and I can do a lot of things in the settings as well, like the post credit scenes. And then comes the scene. Scene is basically what are you doing right now. Whether you're taking shots on walking or running, or let's say, or you're taking shots on a bike, then you choose motion. If you're just walking, then you choose walking. If you are like doing multiple things at once, then you can just choose gimbal. Basically I choose gimbal all the time, and if sometimes I want a really good stabilization, I choose motion, because if I'm in a fast paced vehicle, like if I'm in my bike, I choose motion, and then I just select it, and then I just start my recording. Alright, and then comes the filter and the basic settings. Basic settings is your beauty cam. If you want your videos to be a little more soft, then you can use the beauty cam. Then this is zoom sensitivity, this is pano time, and then grid. Basically the grid is typically off for a lot of occasions, like you can say that in default settings the grid is off. I keep it on all the time to be in a cinematic framing. and then there's a camera mode, pro and normal. Just take on to the pro, don't choose the normal one, and then after doing that you'll see the general settings, and in this setting you can see your device name, your device model, and your OTA version. Right now I will make a video on how to update your Smooth 4, but currently, as this is just how to use your Smooth 4, so basically to at this point there is a 2.1 version of this gimbal OTA, and I have to update my firmware through my laptop. So that's gonna take a separate video. So I'm just gonna exit this, and this is your menu settings, okay? And then when you go to the display settings, which is on your gimbal again, you can choose what things should be shown on your display. Alright, and then this is your focus target setting. So what this setting does is, if you turn on the setting, it will use the scroll wheel as a zoom. If you turn it off, it will use it as a focus mode. So this is the setting that happens. Alright, and then this is your photos. This is for your photos. If you want to click photos, you can just click here. If you want to click videos, you can just click here. And then if you long press this, then your flash should be activated like this. As you can see, my flash is activated right now. And this is all the settings that is for a gimbal user to use. And basically I use all these basic settings to film my videos, and right now I'm shooting this video on a tripod with an iPhone 13, and that's it. This was the basic video on how to use a gimbal, and this was a quick video, and there are many more to come. If you're interested, then let me know. I can make a how to update your gimbal software, and this was just how to use the gimbal. There is no like techniques that I'm showing in this video right now. Of course, it's just going to be a basic video of how to use a mobile gimbal, and basically I shoot in mobile because it's really comfortable, and it's allowed on literally everywhere. Like mobile videos can be shot on anywhere, but there are some areas where cameras are not allowed. So that's why I prefer mobile, and mobile videos gives me a lot of great content as well. It's not like I'm saying that cameras are not better, but I'm saying that cameras are better, but mobile are portable and are accessible at anywhere currently in my location. So I just use this mobile, my iPhone XS Max, and my gimbal, which is Smooth 4, to film my videos. And basically this was it. This was just how to use a gimbal basic version, and you can unlock your creativity, and as you may shoot, you may unlock some new modes and some new methods of doing things which will help you to make your film looks more amazing, stand out a little more. And yes, again, let me know if you want to know how to use the movement or movement techniques or types of movements or basic movements or advanced movements or any other things like that, because I basically love to learn those things from your comments, and then I'm gonna teach you as well. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.